I'm stoked. Mm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. About to get it. I'm gonna play some Destiny. Listen to Kiely Rodni case stuff that was released by the media. And we're just gonna chat, hang out, do something. I haven't gotten the game, and I've been wanting to. So here we are. Get her loaded. Load, please. I just want to play. Man, what kind of update is this? Let's go. Take this so long. Shoo! Y'all ready? Let's do this.
Good morning. I'm Shannon Moon. I'm the Sheriff of Nevada County, and appreciate everyone's response in being here today to get some more information into our investigation.
These nuts! What up, CB? How you doing,
working with the family, and really, since the very beginning, trying to make sure that we focus on all of our efforts being for the family.
What family?
This time, you know, last night we did receive some
Which
information.
family, ma'am?
Of the recovery.
Can you release that information?
Vehicle that
Shannon
we've been
Moon,
searching for,
Shanann Moon, whatever the fuck your name
family.
is. Let's hear this
And
again.
at this time, you know, last night we did receive some information.
You seem nervous.
Of the recovery of the vehicle. Last night we did receive some information of the recovery of the vehicle.
What's that information?
Been searching for, and it was located inside the Prosser Lake. Was located within a search zone that we have been searching since the very beginning of our operation. We were very fortunate that we had the assistance of a volunteer group, the Adventures with Purpose, that came out with some very specific expertise, and were able to
Ma'am,
help
there's
us
still no
in
excuse.
locating,
There's no exception.
the vehicle that we had been searching for
Liberty!
several weeks.
What you doing, girl?
It's at these times that
Just listen.
we really want to recognize the reason why we're all here, and that is for this
Justice
family.
for Kiely,
We've said that from day one.
the victim.
With our staff
Who do you say?
recognize the reason why we're all here.
Why is that?
And that is for this family.
What family?
We've said that from day
What are you
one.
doing for Kylie's
with
family?
Our staff, the incredible amount
Kylie's family.
of
What has
collaboration
Shannon Moon
that we've
and
received
crew done
from our
for you?
partners in this region.
All right, let's get
You
it.
know, clearly being a mountain town, we're used to having
I'm gonna play
great
a hunter
collaboration,
tonight.
knowing that none of us have enough resources to go around. But
Lying
when
ass
we all work
bitch.
together, I think it is an incredible show of how committed all of our agencies are for our community here.
Oh, Shannon.
Working hand in
Shanann,
hand
whatever the
in
fuck your name is,
unified
man.
command, joint command
Tell the
with the
truth for
Placer
Kylie.
County Sheriff's Office.
Release the fucking information.
Folks from the
You signed
California
off on
Highway
it.
Patrol,
Where's the rest? Where's the
Truckee Police
redacted stuff?
Department, and our friends from the Federal Bureau of Investigations.
Show me your exclusion. You signed it.
The amount of effort that all of these agencies put together really truly is why we're here today. And as we eliminated a lot of tips and
Oh, I am.
information
What
that
up,
was
White
coming in,
Rain? Yes, I am.
I think it's very important to understand that all of that work did lead us to this time.
What work?
And
Show me.
being able to
Ma'am, I'm going to
focus
need you to say
on
that again.
Tips and
What
as
tips?
we eliminated
That's public
a lot
information too.
and as we
Anything
eliminated
written
a lot of
or documented, verbally
tips and
or in writing.
information that was coming in,
Mm-hmm.
I think it's very important to
What information?
understand that all of that work did lead us to this time.
Where?
And information that was coming in, I think it's very important to understand that all of that work did lead us to this
Show
time.
me your work,
And
ma'am.
being
Ma'am.
able to focus on the services that we provide to our families here that are impacted.
I'm on fire. Get it, CB.
We've recovered the vehicle. We recovered the vehicle last night. We have located a decedent inside the vehicle.
I am too, White Rain.
We believe.
You
It is
believe?
our missing person.
See, this is the problem that I have. See what she says right there? She says, I believe here, and then she says, likely. Some weird catch words used in there, huh?
Recovered the vehicle last night.
Who
we
did?
have located that are impacted.
Hold on.
Being able to focus on the services that we provide
Show me.
to our families here that are impacted.
What families? She said families. There should only be one family that's impacted, and that's Kiely Rodni's. Some choosy words there.
And being able to focus on the services that we provide to our families here that are
To our
impacted.
families here. What services?
We've recovered the vehicle. We recovered the vehicle last night.
And
we have located a decedent inside the vehicle.
what? Why was the sticker removed from the car? Why was the camera removed from the car? The back paneling, like, did you fingerprint it? What's going on here? Like, there's no disclosure. There's no transparency. There's no nothing. Nothing.
Night. We have located a decedent inside the vehicle.
Mm-hmm.
We believe.
She says
It is-
a decedent, okay? What she says right here is super important.
A decedent inside the vehicle.
Right here.
We've recovered the vehicle. We recovered the vehicle last night.
Mm-hmm. Last night.
We have located a decedent inside the
decedent.
vehicle. We believe.
We
It is
believe.
our missing person.
Mm-hmm.
We have not been able to positively identify.
Hear that?
But it's more than likely.
It's
where we are
more
today. And
than
we wanted to make
likely.
sure that, we have not been able to positively identify. But it's more than likely where we are today. And we wanted to make sure that
It's
that the
where
family
we
had all
are
that information
today.
first.
Dang.
The last thing we want to do is have them learn information
You're
outside
scared.
of our team. Information, all that information first. The last thing we want to do is have them learn information outside of our team. So I think
The last thing she wants is for people, for this family, to learn information outside of what they're doing. What is it that you're doing?
that is one of the,
Pew pew time,
the points
y'all.
that I really
Let's
want to make
listen.
sure that our communities know and the folks that are watching today know is truly how committed we've been throughout these last few weeks in coming to this resolution.
To this
It's still an
resolution,
active
see the
investigation.
trucky way.
And I
is-
understand
I'm sorry. Fuck this lady too.
truly how committed we've been throughout these last few weeks in coming to this resolution. It's still an active investigation.
Let's just listen. I'm gonna play.
And I understand there will be, and we will continue to receive lots of questions regarding our investigation.
But we're not gonna answer
and
them.
we will release what we can.
Well, why aren't you releasing what you can? What you can? Who's giving you authority of what you got to keep? Shh. All right, I got to.
Regarding our investigation, and we will release what we can. But at this time, our commitment is to this family.
What
And,
family?
That is where we will consistently
It might echo. I'm sorry.
reach for making decisions on what we release. And again, it is still a very active investigation. So again, I appreciate everyone being here, getting this information out. It is, the reason why we're here is because of the community support.
Oh, come on, what?
And the amount of work that was put into this investigation to where we...
What investigation, ma'am?
It is, the reason why we're here is because of the community support. And the amount
Because of the community
work
support.
that was put into this investigation.
$3.5 million.
Clearly identify
Why
very
is the
specific
community
areas to search.
outraged? There's
The
no
Adventures with
information being
Purpose,
released.
Folks did just a fantastic job at being able to locate the vehicle as quickly as they did, based on, again, a lot of heavy lifting that the folks behind me have done throughout the last couple of weeks.
Fuck.
So I appreciate everyone being here and
Ah.
open up for some questions.
Let me turn myself down.
Yes, ma'am.
What agency called in Adventure with Purpose, and when did you decide, if it was you guys, that we needed this extra help?
Captain Sam Brown from my agency will be happy to
Yeah,
answer this
get up
question.
here, Opie ass.
Yeah, thanks. The question was, is which agency requested?
Yep.
I'm not exactly sure that an agency had reached out and requested from within our unified command, but as everybody's reading online and seeing all the
what he's
information that was
saying
coming
here, dude.
out,
Come on
and
now.
request-
Extra help.
Listen to him clear his throat.
Captain Sam Brown from my agency will be happy to answer this question.
yeah, thanks. The question was, is which agency requested? I'm not exactly sure that an agency had reached out
Oh,
and
shit, he's
requested
right
from
there.
within our unified command, but as
come
everybody's
on, I almost
reading
whacked
online
him.
and seeing all the information that was coming out, and we realized that
He's
there was an
very
interest from
nervous about
Adventure
all the
Online.
information coming out.
Captain
You hear
Sam
this
Brown from my
shit,
agency
yo?
will be happy to answer this question.
Yeah, thanks. The question was, is which agency requested?
Yeah.
I'm not exactly sure that an agency had reached out and requested from within our unified command, but
That's odd.
as everybody's reading online and seeing all the information that was coming out, and we realized that there was an interest from Adventures with Purpose, we did link up that group with Sergeant Mike Powers with the Placer County
Mike
Sheriff's
Powers,
Office.
see?
They had lots
See, there it is.
requested
That's
from
the
within our
detective.
unified command, but as everybody's reading online and seeing all the information that was coming out, and we realized that there was an interest from Adventures with Purpose, we did link up that group with Sergeant Mike Powers with the Placer County Sheriff's Office.
Yeah, bitch.
They had lots of communication as they were going to be traveling to this area, and then a lot of detailed information that was shared that wasn't necessarily out to the public yet, that hopefully...
Well, yet, see, sir, you got to release it now. See, it's a wrap, right? Isn't that what SF said? Right, CB?
Purpose. We did link up that group with Sergeant Mike Powers with the Placer County Sheriff's Office. They had lots of communication as they were going to be traveling to this area, and then a lot of detailed information that was shared that wasn't necessarily out to the public yet, that hopefully was of assistance to helping them locate the area to go to.
You said the car was found in the area where you've been searching since the beginning. What did AWP have that maybe you guys didn't have, or why was that missed in the initial search?
Yeah, I think that's a great question. That's one that everybody's
It is
going
a
to have,
great
right?
question that
Is
you
how
don't
did we
wanna
not
answer,
find
right?
it when we were searching? The lake was extensively searched with side sonar, with an ROV.
There you go.
We had divers, we had swimmers. I think that's part of what we're going to have to go.
Now, show me your dive footage, because you know y'all documented this shit. You had drones, you had all kinds of crazy
They
shit.
had lots of communication as they were going to be traveling to this area, and then a lot of detailed information that
Mike
was shared that
Powers.
wasn't necessarily out to the public yet, that hopefully
Tell the truth for
was
Kiely
of
Rodni.
assistance to helping them locate the area to go to.
You said the car was found in the area where you've been searching since the beginning. What did AWP have
Yeah,
that
make sure I
maybe
got
you
you.
guys didn't have, or why was that missed in the initial search?
Yeah, I think that's a
Here,
great
come
question.
on.
That's one that everybody's going to
shit.
have, right?
Oh,
Is
shit.
how did we not find it when we were searching?
shit, no.
The lake was extensively searched
got
with
me.
side sonar, with an ROV.
Well, listen.
We had divers, we had swimmers.
Did you?
I think that's
Tell me
with an
again.
ROV. We had divers.
Tell me again.
The lake was extensively searched with
Okay.
side
I'm going to need all this information from all of this right here.
sonar, with an ROV.
Yep.
We had divers, we had swimmers. I think
Public
that's part of what we're going to have to go back to do and debrief. You know, when peace officers are out in the field and volunteers and searchers, it doesn't mean that they're experts in the field, right? These are sometimes ancillary duties, and we're calling from other agencies to try to jump in.
Yeah,
and tracking
exactly that.
underwater is an extremely difficult thing to do. So I think part of our debrief on
Yeah,
any of
bitch.
these situations
Here's that.
is
Here's
how do we
that.
figure out to improve our services, work on our resources and the way that we use them. A lot of this equipment is high end, very expensive, and you really need to have a lot of practice and expertise. And I think that's where a group like Adventures with Purpose
That's
is
a
able to
ricochet, ho.
focus and practice those skills and really hone them. And so we're appreciative that they were able to come out and locate it. I also don't want to take away, though, from anything from our volunteers as well as law enforcement that have been out there. I mean, we literally had people swimming in the water looking down so that we didn't
102.
disturb the ground initially. My understanding is the vehicle was upside down. That also makes it more difficult.
Your
And if silt and
understanding?
things
20,000 hours. 20,000 hours, and you couldn't understand it better? Jeez, dude.
in the water looking down so that we didn't disturb our state and expertise. And I think that's where a group like Adventures with Purpose is able to focus and practice those skills and really hone them. And so we're appreciative that they were able to come out and locate it. I also don't want to take away, though, from anything from our volunteers as well as law enforcement that have been out there. I mean, we literally had people swimming in the water looking down so that we didn't disturb the ground
Yes.
initially. My understanding is the vehicle was upside down. That also makes it more difficult. And if silt and things come up above, that can also make things difficult. So before I really can say, hey, why we weren't able to do it, I also could say that we eliminated a lot of areas that we would still be searching if we didn't have all the great people out there. And that helped give them some guidance as well, I think. But clearly their expertise in diving and their equipment that they brought to the table assisted us, and we appreciate that.
Did they specifically have any specific technology that all of these 16 law enforcement agencies didn't have?
I'll have to
Oh, my
debrief with
hand's
them
not
before
full.
I'd have the answer to that question. I believe we're going to try to do that today.
Adventures with a Purpose has referenced red
Yep,
tape a couple
Anna
times, saying
Bean,
they
see,
don't
I
have
heard
the
the
red
same
tape
thing.
that maybe your assisting agencies have. What is that red tape, and why might it be easier for a private organization to do this?
I don't know exactly what we're talking about in regards to red tape. I think that from the very beginning, we never deterred anybody other than certain scenes that we closed off at times that became areas of
Parky, my
interest
guy.
and we wanted
Yes.
to protect
Yeah,
for
like
evidence.
trusty bow
So I
and
don't know
arrow,
that there
man.
was any red tape ever put on this. I mean, if you look
Yeah,
at the
not
amount of man hours that went into it, it was like over 15,000. And I know it's even higher than that now. I don't think there was ever
bitch,
red
right in
tape.
your
There were
face.
maps created for civilians to be out. The boat ramp and there were
See, it
off.
wasn't there. See that?
That red tape, and why might it be easier
Let's
for a
listen to this
private
all over again.
organization to do this?
I don't know exactly what we're talking about in regards to red tape. I think that from the very beginning,
Oh,
we never
yes,
deterred.
you do. You know exactly. See, that's weird. I don't know what you're talking about, red tape. Oh, yes.
For a private organization to do this?
I don't know exactly what we're talking about in regards to red tape.
Look in his face.
I
We
think
gotta
that
show
from the
him
very
real
beginning,
quick.
we never deterred any about in regards to.
To do this?
I don't know exactly what we're talking about in regards to
Look how
red
red he
tape.
got.
I think
Woo!
that from the very
Heat is
beginning, we
on.
never deterred
The
anybody other
heat
than certain
is
scenes that we
on.
closed off at times that
On
became
the
areas of interest and we
right?
wanted to protect for evidence. So I don't know that there was any red tape ever put on this. I mean, if you look at the amount of man hours that went into it, it was like over
He's on the
15,000.
stumble mumble. Ready?
And I know it's even higher than that now. I don't think there was ever red tape. There were maps created for civilians to be out.
Civilians,
The
huh?
boat ramp and in the lake were never actually shut down because the way we
did
were
it all,
looking at it is
Sammy?
more eyes out there, the better off we're going to be for
Sammy put in
finding
20,000 hours?
Kylie, and that was continually the
Yeah,
goal.
I think so too, Anna
I'm not
Bean.
sure that there was ever
Oh,
red
man,
tape. I
I
think it
fucked
comes
up.
down to lots of factors, and like I said, we're going to debrief and try to figure out how do we become better and,
dropped my
and do
controller.
a better job at these types of operations.
Why did agencies believe it was an abduction at first?
I'm thinking that 147.
Yeah, I think there was a
pretty
lot of
important, too.
miscommunication.
More
I don't know that it was
1233,
ever
that's why they want you to
labeled as an
focus on the
abduction.
car
I
not
think
going
that
in the water.
you can never take that off the table, and so as we
let's go
talk
back.
about it, and like I said, we're going to debrief and try to figure out how do we become better and do a better job at these types of
No,
operations.
we're not
Why
writing
did
it off as
agencies
that.
believe
No,
it
no,
was
no,
an
no, no. I
abduction
ain't buying
at
it.
first?
Yeah, I think there was a lot of miscommunication. I don't know that it was ever
Yeah,
labeled as
on
an
your behalf.
abduction.
Where's
I
the
think that
transparency?
you can never take that off the table. And so as we talked as a command group and unified command with all my partners that you see
this guy
behind
makes
us,
me sick, too.
you couldn't remove that off the table
Yes,
because we
what's
hadn't
up,
found
bro?
her. And so, there was
How's
some of
you
the
and
struggles
Kevin
with some of
doing,
the services that we wanted to obtain and things we wanted to do, but we couldn't say it wasn't an abduction, but we also never said that it was an abduction.
See? We can't say that it wasn't an abduction, but we also can't say that it was. See,
And so, you know, there was some of the struggles with some of the services that we wanted to obtain and things we wanted to do, but we couldn't say it wasn't an abduction.
So you're telling me that you wanted to investigate it one way, and somebody else told you, we gotta put this red tape up here. Yeah.
Remove that off the table because we hadn't found her. And so,
Yes, he didn't find
you
her.
know, there was some of the struggles with some of the services that we wanted to
Her car
obtain
wasn't there,
and things
was
we
it?
wanted to do,
Yeah.
but we couldn't say it wasn't an abduction, but we also never said
I'm curious because you remember they use those little walkie-talkies for street racing and stuff to report things. How many of these kids can access, I don't know, little walkies to know what's what? Look, Sammy seemed to have needed to know all the information. She really was real eager to run that investigation, wasn't she? Steer that narrative. Come on, you Sammy. Why is that? Did your last person know what was happening? Or that you're taking names to jail? Which one?
that we wanted to obtain and things we wanted to do, but we couldn't say it wasn't an abduction, but we also never said that it was an abduction. I think that was clarified.
Yeah, Mr. Sam Brown. Say it again.
Behind us, you couldn't remove that off the table because we hadn't found her. And so, you know, there was some of the struggles with some of the services that we wanted to obtain and things we wanted to do, but we couldn't say it wasn't an abduction, but we also never said that it was an abduction. I think that was clarified fairly early on.
You couldn't say it was an abduction. We never said that it was an abduction, but yet you had to... What?
Never said that it was an abduction. I think that was clarified fairly early on. But we also probably wouldn't have received all the services and all the people if that wasn't an option. If this was truly a search and rescue mission, we may not have had all the resources to conduct interviews. I think they identified over 400 juveniles, and to be able to interview all those folks and provide feedback off of all that.
And not one of you juveniles saw something. I think y'all did. I think y'all saw a fight that night. I think somebody knows what happened.
Juveniles, and to be able to interview all those folks and provide feedback off of all that, it takes an army of people, and I think we were lucky to be able to put that together between my partners and agencies that are right behind me.
Did any of the juveniles
Yes,
mention a car going over the side, a car
She had to get,
water,
and yes, she had to get all the information.
I don't believe
before
that statement
else.
was made, not to my knowledge.
Was there any indication?
And then they
that
let
this is an
Sammy Smith
accident
say
or
this.
foul play?
That's still being investigated. If we'd like, we could turn it over for CHP can give some information. They are conducting
Look
the
how they
accident
include each
investigation
other. They
utilizing their
make
MAKE
sure
team.
that it's a group effort so that the truth don't
Good morning,
come out.
Josh
See how many
Ellers,
people they
Assistant
include?
Chief with
That's why
CHP
they
Valley
needed so
Division
many
based in Sacramento,
agencies.
which Truckey's a part of.
That's why they use so many agencies to confuse it. Make it look, you know.
Conducting the accident investigation
I ain't
utilizing their
buying
MAKE
this
team.
ass shit.
Good morning, Josh Ellers, Assistant Chief with CHP Valley Division based in
I like no
Sacramento, which
filter.
Truckey's a part of.
Say that
Accident
again.
investigation utilizing their MAKE team.
State your name for the record.
Good morning, Josh Ellers, Assistant Chief with
Josh
CHP Valley
Ellers.
Division based in Sacramento, which Truckey's a part of. I can
Sacramento.
confirm that our department
CHP.
is conducting a fatality traffic collision investigation. We're
Where
harnessing
is
all
it?
of our...
So, see, look, listen to what he says here. 1:47 a.m. They are investigating a traffic collision. Listen.
CHP Valley Division based in Sacramento, which Truckey's a part of. I can confirm that our department is conducting a fatality traffic collision investigation.
They are conducting a fatality traffic collision. Where's it at? Where's the fatality traffic collision? I'm writing this shit down because I got some shit to do. I gotta raise a little ruckus. I gotta pause this right here because I need this written down now.
The zones are yours if you fight for them, Guardian.
Sorry, King.
Assistant Chief with CHP Valley Division based in Sacramento, which Truckey's a part of. I can confirm that our department is conducting a fatality traffic collision investigation. We're harnessing all of our resources, working with all of our partners here. As you see, we're utilizing our MAKE team, our multidisciplinary accident investigation team, to harness more data from the vehicle that was recovered. Also, we've utilized all of our air resources to map and video and take photographs of the area in question. And that's currently ongoing, so I can't comment on the nature and details of that.
This is the same thing that happened to Paisley Woodard right here. Because a traffic collision happened and nothing happened to her. That was a vehicular homicide. Listen to what he says right
utilized
here.
all of our air resources to map and video and take
Listen to all
photographs.
that.
Is conducting a fatality traffic collision investigation. We're harnessing all of our resources, working with all of our partners.
I need to
Good
hear
morning,
this all
Josh
over again.
Ellers, Assistant Chief with CHP Valley Division based in Sacramento, which Truckey's a part of. I can confirm that our department is conducting a fatality traffic collision investigation. We're harnessing all of our resources, working with all of our partners here. As you see, we're utilizing our MATE team, our multidisciplinary accident investigation team, to harness more data from the vehicle that was recovered. We've utilized all of our air resources to map and video and take photographs of the area in question. And that's currently ongoing, so I can't comment on the nature and details of that investigation, but I certainly appreciate all the partnership that we have here with our local county and state partners, and we'll continue to assist
I
in any
highly
overarching
recommend-
way that we can as an agency.
If y'all FOIA anything, if you put a public request in, CHP, what do you say, Lieutenant Ellers? We're going to need that fatality traffic collision approximately between, we'll say, 10 p.m. and 1:47 a.m. How about that? We'll say 1:50 a.m. Fatality traffic collision, M-A-I-T.
Do we know how close the vehicle was to the actual party site?
I don't have the exact location in terms of distance, but it was relatively close to the area in question.
Damn.
Like a few hundred
He
yards?
says a mouthful
or-
here. I'm going to be making a hell of a lot of videos.
I couldn't say. I haven't seen the exact data and the mapping. That's still ongoing.
Did many party goers leave by the same route?
You know, this is, I can't comment on all of that, but what I can tell you is, and I think it's been discussed, is this is a very popular area. There's a lot of foot traffic, a lot of vehicular traffic on and off road. So certainly crisscrossed and a lot of extensive movement in that area continually throughout this time of year, certainly.
Is there any suspicion that it could have been another car who maybe hit this car, or was it a one-person car situation?
I don't have that information that I could comment on at this time. What I can tell you is we'll do a thorough investigation. We'll take every bit and piece of information that we have, including what's already been provided to us, and we'll reach some conclusions that will be provided to the parties of interest at that time. Thank you.
Before Adventures with Purpose went out there this weekend, when was the last
Mickey,
time that we had swimmers or divers from any of these 16 agencies out there searching that area?
I'd defer back to
point out in these
the Nevada County Sheriff for that question.
For sure.
Yeah, I would say that we actually have had divers, not necessarily in Prosser, but in lots of bodies of water up until even the days that they were there. There were many ponds they were following up on Coldstream,
Yeah, it was necessary
as well as
in
other
Prosser.
bodies of water. So I don't
Or
know
did
that
you
dive
already
teams
know that there
ever
was a
discontinued. It was more of trying to still follow
collision,
up on all of
traffic
those
collision.
things. And I believe
Who killed Kiely
Adventures with
Rodni?
Purpose also had been diving at other lakes as well within the area.
Is there any time frame from the time that Adventures with Purpose
Is that why
started,
her hood's dented?
how long it took them to find it?
Her
You're
windows
talking on
busted?
Prosser Lake specifically?
What's going on?
Yeah, I think it was relatively
Is that why
quickly,
our
but I
car
don't have an
flipped
exact
over
time. Like
in the cam
again, we're gonna have to
footage at
debrief with them,
1:47 a.m.?
figure out between putting equipment down, getting in the water, and identifying where the
Where?
car was at.
Can you talk about what happened last night in terms of taking the car out? What kind of law enforcement was there, and what happened last night?
Well, they knew it wasn't in process.
Yeah,
they
I
knew
mean,
it
I think
wasn't in the lake yet.
most of the law
There
enforcement
was a
partners you
collision.
see behind me were present during that time, trying to do the best they could for ensuring that everything was done correctly, and also trying to add some levels of privacy to the best of the ability in worrying about the family and ensuring that they were covered as well. But I mean, beyond that, I don't know what your specific question is asking. But
Logistically, how do you get a car out that's offshore? How does that happen, and then where does the car go? What happens?
Yeah.
Come on, did I get him?
When
No.
you arrived to today?
yeah, so once the car was located, dive teams were assembled. I believe Placer County was probably still the primary dive team. They have to use lots of devices to lift the car, turn it over, and then the use of tow trucks was what made it possible for pulling the vehicle out of the water. And the vehicle is taken down. The FBI has offered up assistance and are going to be helping to conduct investigation regarding the vehicle itself, and making sure that we don't miss something that may be in there that we're not aware of.
Are you guys confident the car was in the water since the night of the party?
I have no reason to believe that it wasn't, but until we have those answers, I wouldn't know the answer to it.
Can you just
clarify as far as what teams had been in that area before Adventures with Purpose, if any, on that specific, on Prosser?
Yeah, I mean, it's almost so many that it would be hard to link out between the different teams. There were numerous boats, Yuba County,
No, I believe him when he
Alameda,
says
Nevada
this.
County,
That's why I believe there was
Placer
no car
County.
Prosser yet.
Swimmers came from Washoe County. We had divers from every single one of those agencies and then some.
See that? And then some.
I mean, it was a vast amount of people. And I would just say, unless
Yeah,
you've
I'm gonna
conducted
need you
these
to
types
show
of
me some
searches and try to
public
do it,
documentation
it does
on
take a level of expertise, and nothing's perfect. You know, when you fly a helicopter over the air trying to identify if something is there, most places give that less than a 5% probability of detection, meaning if you flew over, you only have a 5% chance of seeing something. You had trees and brush and bushes and dirt and all these other things, and it becomes a pretty difficult task. Even though once you find the answer, on hindsight, everything looks 20/20. The reality is it's not that simple. It is pretty complex and it's tough. So again, we're just appreciative that the resources came out and were able to help us in locating it.
Were there signs that the person in the car tried to escape?
I think that's too preliminary for us to be able to determine that at this time.
Was there more than one body in the vehicle?
No, there was not more than one body in the vehicle.
Describe the difficulty of what water does over 2 weeks to evidence.
It depends. That's a complicated question. I'm not an expert in water. However, temperature of the water and things like that come into play. But it can add difficulty based on many factors that can cause damage to, obviously, things that we want to look at to investigate, but also to bodies that may have been submerged for a period of time.
There likely could have been tire tracks or some type of signal that a car did go into the water there. Did rain impact that? Did this heavy activity in the area
my hands are numb.
impede seeing those signs?
I think everything is a factor, but again, that's where we rely on the MATE team from CHP to come in with their expertise and be able to provide some of those answers.
And it seems
Fuck
that
you, my guy. I hit
Adventures
you to
with
face.
Purpose has
Yes.
pretty
Oh,
sophisticated
come on.
equipment. Is this something that the agencies here have, or you all still need?
Yeah, I'll have to debrief with them to figure out what equipment exactly they use to see if it's items that we have or if it's a matter of training with the items that we have. So until we talk to them and know exactly what they used and how they went about it, I wouldn't be able to answer that correctly.
They also said the car was 14 feet deep. Did y'all go that far to look for the car?
Yeah, some of that information is sometimes deceiving. So yeah, the car was reported at 14 or 15 feet. However, the water level since the 6th has also dropped a vertical 3.5 to 4 feet, which could be 20 to 25 feet off of shore. So a lot of things have changed in those.
3.5 feet of water? Be that? No.
The water level since the 6th has also dropped a vertical 3.5 to 4 feet, which could be 20 to 25 feet off of shore. So a lot of things have changed in those aspects. Until we really can look into all that information and sort through it, it's difficult to say whether those factors had a play in it or not. I think it's still more important for us to debrief, look at training, look at equipment, look at tools, and look at outside entities that are experts, where this is maybe their full-time
Who's
gig
the
that they do, and try to see how we have that
private
involvement
investigator?
from the community to come out and help support.
At this time, can you tell if there are any signs of foul play?
At this time, we're not going to be able to say anything like that.
No, you
It's
should
been
now.
said that people were
Should have no
drinking
problem
and
now.
that night. Was anything found in the car that could lead you to believe that she was drinking that, where the person found was?
Yeah, the investigation's ongoing, so we're not going to be able to comment on that.
Oh, you can now?
Seemed like where they found
Not
the car
ongoing no
wasn't
more.
pretty far from the road. Do you have suspicions that maybe the people were parking on that little island?
I wouldn't be able to comment on that either unless somebody gave some statements to that. I hadn't heard any information like that, though.
Do you have any theories as to how the car got in the water, and also what gear was the car found in?
I think if I make up theories, then I'm just guessing, and I'm going to lead us back into a trail that's not certain. So we'll wait until we have those facts and details. And as far as the car, we're not going to release any information until we've done a solid investigation on it.
Who received the first call from Adventures with Purpose, and what was that call like?
I don't know that we received a first call. I think we reached out to them after we read it online. And so I'm not sure, I mean, again, with 100...
Crazy. He just said they reached out to AWP, and now they're saying that they didn't get a first call. Hold up.
And what was that call like?
Hold on.
I don't know that we received a first call. I think we reached out to them after we read it online. So then I'm just guessing, and I'm going to lead us back into a trail that's not certain. So we'll wait until we have those facts and details. And as far as the car, we're not going to release any information until we've done a solid investigation on it.
Who received the first call from Adventures with Purpose, and what was that call like?
I don't know that we received a first call. I think we reached out to them after we read it online. And so I'm not sure, you know, I mean, again, with 150 law enforcement officials, it's possible that a call came in and something happened. But from the Unified Command and talking with my partners, none of us were aware of an initial. So we tasked the investigative sergeant with contacting them and reaching out. So I believe, best I know, we did that proactively on our end.
And they contacted the family?
I think there's still some sketchy details on exactly how that contact went out.
Yeah,
so I don't want to
sketchy,
speak on
alright.
behalf of the family.
What was it when you heard, you personally, when you heard that they might have found the car? What went through your head?
Well, I think what we all are thinking, which is hopefully this is true, and we got a lot of work ahead of us to make sure that we still do right by the family. Our biggest concern is making sure that the family has been aware of everything from day one, and that we're not shielding them, but we're also not bombarding them with things. There's a lot of ups and downs throughout this investigation, a lot of emotional turns throughout the whole thing, and our goal was to make sure we're supportive of the family throughout this whole task. And,
Which one? Which
doing
family?
our best in that.
Please tell me.
How long will an investigation into the car, maybe that's for Highway Patrol or FBI, how long does an investigation to look at a car take to figure out what may have happened?
I mean, I think there's a lot of factors in that. I don't mind turning it over to CHP. And
I just made
let them-
fucking veggie rolls.
Because obviously we have a
for my neighbor.
multifaceted investigation with multiple agencies. It can take time.
Then I made
You know, the
some
FBI
zucchini
is
flowers.
working,
He was like
evaluating the
literally
vehicle. We have
dying
to come in
over
and do that. We want to
public
allow them
shit.
to work. We'll come in and examine data, examine the vehicle,
But
have all of our
that's all you want,
investigators look
fuck.
at that car. So
We ain't
depending on
modified
circumstances,
here.
it can be several days, it could be several weeks. We also want to wait on other information related
Sir,
from the court.
Sir, it's been 2 years almost. Release the fucking report. This fatality traffic collision through your MAIT via CHP. You, Mr. Ellers, Lieutenant Ellers.
Several days, it could be several weeks. We also want to wait on
2 years.
other information related
What other
from the
information?
coroner's
Look, I've never look. An accident report takes 8 weeks to release the information, the public information on. It's been 2 years. Okay, you said yourself that this is a fatality traffic collision. So, yeah, taking all this time to examine it. Why? Yeah, CB. I'm sorry, you're so good.
Obviously, we have a multifaceted investigation with multiple agencies. It can take
Multifaceted.
time. You know, the
It can
FBI
take
is
time.
working.
See how he says it here? He knows that there's a fucking something happened.
Turn it over to CHP and let them.
This
Because
guy knows something
obviously we
happened.
have a multifaceted investigation with multiple agencies. It can take
Good.
time. You know, the FBI is working, evaluating
Mm-hmm.
the vehicle. We have to come in and do that. We want to.
There is no statute of limitations on a criminal investigation. Don't forget that, Sammy Smith.
Have a multifaceted investigation with
Okay, who
multiple
you
agencies.
talking
It can take
Or who you
time.
talk to. Or who
You know, the
go visit.
FBI is working,
Who you cry to.
evaluating the vehicle. We have to come in and do that. We
You know
want
the
to
truth
allow
will
them
have
to
to
work.
hide.
We'll come in and examine data, examine the
you
vehicle,
gotta
have
go
all
back.
that. Obviously, we have a multifaceted investigation with multiple agencies. It can take time.
I got some videos
You know, the
coming
FBI
up.
is working, evaluating the vehicle. We have to come in and do that. We want to allow them to work. We'll come in and examine data, examine the vehicle, have all of our investigators look at that
Well,
car. So
I think that mate report is going to overturn the autopsy result.
depending on circumstances, it can
like
be
the autopsy
several
says she
days,
has
it could
no
be
water
several
in her
weeks.
lungs.
We also want to wait on other
'Cause there's a
information related
fatal crash,
from the
Isn't that
coroner's
what-
office and other things.
Wasn't there a lot of them locals that were getting on the YouTubes calling it a tragic accident? Well, then how'd Kiely get in the water? If it was a fatal collision, okay? Who decided to put her in the fucking water?
Things that all get compiled
sick
into a
as fuck,
comprehensive
dude.
investigation. So the easy answer is it could take a while.
All right, we've had an opportunity to hear from most reporters. Most have asked 2 questions. Is there anybody that had a follow-up question that they have not been able to ask yet?
Got a follow-up.
Go ahead, sir.
There was a report that Adventures with Purpose was told by police that they did not need to search Foster, or at least in the specific area where the car was found, because that had been extensively searched already. Is that true?
Yeah, I'd say that's probably not accurate, and we shared maps, ping information, and locations, and so we probably shared that was extensively searched, and sonar was used, and that may add to the level of where they chose to go to first or last. However, nothing was prevented or shared, and I don't believe that we gave any indication that we thought we knew where she was at, because clearly from all of our daily press releases, we reported over and over again that we didn't know where she was at, and we needed anybody's help and assistance in finding that location.
But you were working in partnership with Adventure with Purpose?
Yeah, I believe that what ultimately occurred was that our sergeant was able to make contact with them, Sergeant Powers with the Placer County Sheriff's Office, come up with a plan and share information on where things were at. And so we're still appreciative, like I said, of them being able to locate the vehicle.
Will they get the cash reward for helping find the vehicle and the body?
It's not a question I'll be able to answer.
How about you that traffic collision report says her car rolled?
Cause of death, and will there be a toxicology report conducted?
I think it matched. I think the mate's gonna.
The question was, have we determined cause of death, and will there be a toxicology inquest? Yes. Autopsy is scheduled for tomorrow. Toxicology results generally take 4 to 6 weeks for a return on those, and at that time we will provide that back over to Nevada County.
Thank you. Does anyone from the family want to make any comments at this point specifically about this massive search and all the tips that came in?
Don't believe they do at this point. Yeah.
It doesn't.
So with that, we'll go ahead and wrap up.
The autopsy and MAIT report match 147 more than it does 1233. That's why Sammy talked to her at, or whatever she claims, at 1236. That's why people saw Kiely at 1. That's why people saw her leave. Remember that? They saw her leave, but they didn't tell you that they saw a collision too, or heard a collision.
Press conference, thank you all for coming here today. We certainly appreciate it, and pay attention to both Placer County Sheriff's Office as well as Nevada County Sheriff's Office as we continue to share details as they become available. So thank you.
Yeah. All right, that concludes that. All right, back to the game. I'm gonna turn this up now. All right, let's get it. Let's play for serious. All right, now it's just gaming. Yep.
Zone A captured. That's a power play. You took them. Now hold.
Oh, come on! You really need to, White Rain. It's all right there. You don't have to find babies in buns or like weird ass shit, y'all. I think she's purposely put here to distract away from the truth. That's right. We're gonna cover her. I think I might do a live tomorrow. It's supposed to be a rainy day tomorrow. Supposed to be. It could be a lie. But we're gonna go live on this channel either outside or while I play video games on this channel tomorrow. And we are definitely going to cover some more bullshit. Yeah, there is no honor in silence, man. I don't know how people are like, yeah, this person's freedom and future and fucking shitty party choices that she clearly didn't learn. Kiely's death didn't change her. Didn't make her learn anything. She runs them streets. She realized she could get away with, you know, things and get away with things and get away with things. I think she's a little asshole. That's my personal opinion.
Power play. Keep the pressure on.
An-ass bitch is what she is. I think Sammy treats people like shit. And it shows. The only people that she's goody-goody with are her fucking lush-ass friends. Or people that'll fucking cover her ass. Oh shit, shit. Where's he at?
Zone B locked.
Where's he at? Oh, I need to. Ooh. Bitch. Bitch. I said bitch. Where's he at? I know he's here. Oh, there he is. Ah, fuck. Dude, I'm getting it. Y'all like my name in this game? Wheaties. I'm gonna hit this. Ah, I need to hurry up. Yeah, she really is. She's gonna look. All that drug use, all that drinking and shit. You wait. She's already. I mean, look at her. She's only what, 20, 21, and she already looks like she's in her 40s. Look, y'all. My sister made some really, really good points listening to Sammy's interview on Dog yesterday. Hey, you're coming. Where you at? Come on. Shit. Where's he at? Alright, he says he's here, but I don't see him. Oh yeah, he is. Ooh. Fuck you, my guy. Yeah, that did. Alright, we gotta get me. I didn't do that.
5 minutes remaining.
Yeah, if she makes it. I can't believe how much law enforcement allowed certain people to gaslight Kiely. I mean, the victim, like, what has happened to the victim just disgusts me, and that's why I absolutely refuse to stop talking about Kiely. I didn't even focus on the family. I wish the family would. Oh my god, did I get him? Oh, I did not. Oh, yes, I helped. Ah, we got him together. Get this.
Zone B. Zone advantage.
Shit. That was bad. What if the accident was a different body of water while the sun was out, hence why she was in the passenger seat or the driver and was moved to the back, and that is when they placed her in the back and hit her while telling people don't look over here. Look, I would love to know, once this makes this to court, who the girl is and the gentleman that are with Kiely's car, asking how to fasten a seatbelt and how to hook a seatbelt through a belt loop. And then it's weird when AWP goes and finds her car, but there's just oddly a seatbelt hanging out of the back of the car. It's almost like you couldn't get it through her belt loop because her belt loop was too narrow for the buckle of the seatbelt. So you put her in the back, strapped her in with that thingy, and shut that on the car to hold her in the back. Make it look like she swam back there. Or some crazy shit. Here's the thing. If Kiely's car was flipping over, you gotta think about it, okay? If her car was flipping over while she was trying to swim, with the way that the water rushed through the window, it wouldn't push her in the back, it would literally suck her out. Water would pour in from one window while the other one's partially filled up, and if anybody has seen how you transfer water from one container to another by just poking holes, think about the one window being broken out or fully down, and then the half one down, it would suck her out the fucking car as it's flipping.
Zone B lost.
See? It didn't cause her to get fucking tripped up in her own fucking seatbelt, open the back hatch, and shut herself in it. See what I'm saying? I know, I would love to know in court, once it all releases, all that drone footage, all that underwater discovery, I don't know. Let it eat you up. Let it eat you up. I lost my train of thought. Sorry. I got so fast. I'm just rambling. These are my ramps.
You have advantage.
Whoa, where'd he go? Oof.
They've almost won.
Man, I wish I had more snacks.
1 minute left.
Okay. This is it. Ooh. Get him, bro. What the fuck are you waiting for? Yeah, I fucking got his ass. Y'all see that? See why I love this game? I love it. I had to just take a break from it because a couple years ago I spent so much money on this game. And then they fucking got rid of... They upgraded it so much that what I just spent hundreds of dollars on was pointless. And now I gotta kind of like start over and upgrade my character, the plate, the armor, boots. I'm not too shabby with a bow and arrow. We got defeated, but I don't even care, dude. We did decent. Ooh, I got a front right at the end. That's alright. 111. That's what's up. 148.
The only path to victory.
111. I don't think those secret was it. Nuh-uh. All truth comes to light. 3 things that cannot be hidden: the sun, the moon, and the truth. I'm up out of here, y'all. You have a wonderful night. I love you. God bless.